Welcome back to the Oddcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Ricky.
And we're just two odd dudes who decided to start a podcast.
And today we are talking about pain. And what is the most painful pain that one could feel?
No, well, not that extreme. Because none of these are.
Yes, they are.
No, these are everyday. You think these are the most painful things?
One of them is.
One of them.
Yep.
Is the most painful thing that anyone ever in the history of all time could experience.
Yes, I do. I will hold to that. I will argue it very adamantly, just so we're clear.
Interesting.
You ready? We did polls, right? Is that
we
what
did polls. Yeah.
Okay, so
we asked the Odd Squad on the Oddstagram what they thought was more painful. We did like this versus that. So I think there's like a set
of
this 4.
Or you could go with that.
Yeah.
You could go with this?
Just like that
you
one.
Could go with
what was that for? What was that commercial for?
What was this song?
No, there was a commercial that they did that was like, you can get this or you can go with that.
No, but that's the song.
Really just makes me think of the commercial.
You're wrong. It's a song.
No, it's also a commercial.
But it's a song.
But what is a commercial for, Ricky? That's what I'm wondering.
Who cares?
I care.
You don't remember?
Clearly.
I don't remember.
This is very obvious.
So it wasn't a good advertisement, but it was a good song.
I'm not saying it was a good advertisement. I just want to know what it was.
Oh. Well, Paul will Google it for you.
Thank you, Paul. You're the best.
You ready to talk about pain?
Yeah, of course.
I'm in a lot of pain. I got boo-boo.
Yeah, you did.
But I got really cool Band-Aids for my wife. Check it out, guys.
He punched a punching bag and hurt his hand.
That is true. That is what happened. I'm not going to talk about it right now. Talk about it later.
Today?
Yep. Cool. Let's get to the Oddcast. So, we're talking about different types of pain that one can endure.
Yeah.
On not an everyday basis.
Right.
These aren't everyday things, but these are things that are common to an everyday lifestyle.
Right.
We're not talking about getting shot.
Right.
We're not talking about getting run over by a car.
Yeah. Things that the average person experiences multiple times in their lives.
Yes.
Like, rather consistently.
Yes.
For some of them. Some of them not as much, just depending on what phase of life they're in.
True.
But do you want to get into the first one?
Yeah, let's do it. Our first one we had, and I think at the end we should go with like our definitive what we think is the top out of all these.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Not just pit them against each other.
Right.
We should have done a whole bracket. We could have the March Madness of pain.
Yeah.
We should do that in March. That's a great idea.
Yeah, I agree.
Paul, write that down and remember it. He's going to do it. All right, our first one. Our first contestants.
We can make it the September sadness.
Well, September's almost over, so this
do.
literally will not even be released in September. So, October Halloween of pain.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, our first one. Which is worse, stubbing your toe or getting a muscle cramp? What is your thoughts?
Definitely muscle cramp.
Yes.
I think that's way worse.
Oh, for sure.
And it lasts so much longer. Every time I stub my toe, it's always like, ooh, like it hits me for a second, but it doesn't, like the pain doesn't hit me yet. Like I know I stubbed it. Then like 5 seconds later, I'm like, ow. And then I move on.
Yeah. I think
it's not as bad as people
think it depends on the rate of stub of the toe.
That might be true. Yeah.
Right? If you hit real hard, it hurts real bad. If you're Paul and you hit real hard, you split his toes in half.
If we just
He's tried. He's tried to move.
He's tried to get the two that, yeah.
Didn't work, though. But stubbing your toe can hurt. But I had an experience on my trip.
You did have an experience.
I swam. I had been up for about 40-something plus hours.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons. Had to do the swim safety test. It was like a 1/4-mile swim out to the edge of this pier and back. Which I'm like, if at that point, we're not doing a safety test. I am swimming away from Catalina Island.
Yeah,
like
right.
I'm just going for my own safety at this point. Because there's no way I'm dragging someone a 1/4 mile against the ocean. Yeah. Why would I do that? Anyways, lack of water, lack of sleep, all those kind of things. And on the way back, started cramping up a bit because I had water shoes because they were like, hey, the rocks hurt. The rocks didn't hurt. It was so sandy and soft.
And the rocks got in your shoes.
And they got in my shoes and started weighing down my cheap Amazon water shoes. So it was like carrying bricks behind me. Anyways, it started cramping up to the point. The cramps were so bad in my thighs that I couldn't move my legs, which was the worst cramping I've ever experienced. And then I was like nauseous because it was so much like cramping all over my body. It was like even in like the top of the crown of my head. Anyways, that was because of a lot of other reasons. But the cramping that happened, I was out for like a solid hour.
That's the problem. It'll decommission you. Like when you cramp, even when the cramp stops, your whole like if it's like your leg or whatever, your whole leg is still sore for the rest of the day, if not multiple days.
So the next day I'm snorkeling and I'm like out there snorkeling and I'm like, I'm starting to cramp a little. I'm like, okay, I got to keep this leg kind of relaxed, not stiff, because you keep it too stiff, cramp. But you start flexing it too much, cramp. Like there's no escaping it. You got to have that perfect like dangle. Right. So I started to cramp a little, but I was fine. But then came back. So we got back on really early on a Saturday, essentially. Rest all day Saturday, rest on Sunday, kind of rest on Sunday.
Right.
Workout on Monday with Paul. Was it Monday or Tuesday?
It's Tuesday.
Tuesday. I work out with Tuesday with Paul. Took a rest day Monday. Workout. It's the first workout since I was back because I was not feeling great. I was drinking a ton of water, had a couple liquid IVs to help me out. To get that electrolyte boost and stuff like that. Trying to drink water.
Try one of those.
It's fine. I mean, look, when I was crazy dehydrated, it was incredible. I literally like felt my body becoming a human again. It was amazing because I was so dehydrated that I literally was going into shock. There was a nurse there. She's like, all right, you're going into shock right now.
Because you were shivering.
Because I was shivering. It was 95 degrees outside. And granted, I had just done a swim, but it was like dead, no wind, 95 degrees, and I'm shivering. And they're like wrapping me in towels and stuff. So it was quite an experience. But all from leg cramps and other things. But I had my liquid IV, but we're lifting, we're working out hard. We're out in the garage. It's hot out there. I'm drinking a crazy ton of water, have a liquid IV out there in my water with me, and I start cramping again. Or no, I didn't have a liquid IV because we were out. But I was just drinking a ton of water, and I start cramping again. And it is like, I'm like, okay, I think I finished the workout, which was the dumb idea. But I did finish the workout, come back in, and like I'm cramping as we're finishing the workout. And so like we finally get to abs, and I'm like, okay, I don't have to use my legs, blah, blah. Come inside where, you finally start to like rest. And I think I was standing there, and my legs started to cramp to the point where I'm like, I had to lay down, and I'm laying down on the floor, like with my leg up, and Paul was watching. My leg was just twitching, like back
one
and
of those
forth.
muscles just like contracting.
Because it was cramping so bad. Like it wasn't me moving, and then he's laughing at me. Then I'm laughing because I know this is so stupid. And then every time I laughed, it hurt worse. So I am 1,000% on team leg cramp is worse than stub your toe.
Absolutely.
I think the initial peak pain from stub your toe might be a little higher.
Right.
But it's so short that there's no way it's worse than a leg cramp.
Right.
You ever woken up in the middle of the night with a leg cramp?
Oh my gosh, that's actually what I was just about to talk about.
Yeah. That would make me just whoever's next to me, I'm just gonna punch them.
No, this
Dozer.
This is the worst leg cramp I've ever had, and also the one the only one I've ever been thankful for. Which I know doesn't make any sense off the bat, but it was finals week.
Did this leg cramp save your life?
It saved my grade for sure. It was finals week I was at GCU, and dorms have those lopes up. Dorms have those like beds that are raised so that you can fit your desk underneath it and whatnot.
Lofted bed.
A lofted bed, yes, exactly. So
it's
they
a
have
selling
those.
point, man. It's a selling point.
Is it?
I don't know. That's what they made it sound like when I went there. They're like, we loft our beds here.
That's what every dorm does.
Cool. That's pretty sweet, man. But no, anyway. Some are bunk beds. It's not a lofted then. It's a bunk bed.
But where do you put your desk?
They don't.
Some
don't have them. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man. Don't assume. You went to a nice school.
Dang. All right. Oh, whatever. But anyway, so I'm lofted up there, so I'm probably 5 feet off the ground or something like that. My right leg just cramps like none other cramp I've had before. And I look at my phone, I realize I'm late to class. None of my roommates have woken me up. They already went to their finals, and so I'm like,
jerks.
Oh crap! And so I'm trying to like, how do I get off of this bed? Because if I jump down, because I have to jump down, which is what I did every morning, I'll land on this leg, and so I'm like, I'm just gonna crumble if I hit the ground. So I'm like, all right, I got to jump down, and land on just my left leg. which I don't know if you know. No, you know. You know I'm not great at squats.
Yep. The whole world knows that at this point.
At this point, yeah. I don't have like the strongest of legs. So I try to jump down, land on one, and I just eat it. Just fell right on the floor. Tried to get up, got dressed, got ready for class, and had to longboard to my class as fast as I possibly could with my right leg, the one that did just cramp, being the one that supports me and balances me on my longboard. Yeah. It was the worst morning.
Should have just done sat on it, paddled.
I could have done that. Yeah. I don't know how long it would have taken me to get there, but I could have done that.
Could have tried.
Yeah.
At GCU, my hat is a little tight, so I'm just adjusting that. That looks weird on camera, but I don't want to get a headache.
Looks very weird.
At GCU, I also had a crazy leg experience.
Yeah?
One time, my roommate was there, and I was in a triple instead of a double.
Yeah.
And but the third guy was never there. And then at winter break, my first roommate moved out and a new guy moved in.
Yeah.
And so he was there, and it was it's probably February. So we didn't really know each other that well at this point.
Yeah.
But I'm I don't remember what happened, but I was asleep and I was waking up and I was kind of in that I'm half awake, half asleep. And I moved weird because my bed was against the wall. And I'm kind of my legs are kind of not propped up on the wall, but against the wall, and they're kind of folded up. So I'm laying on my back. For whatever reason, I'm okay, my alarm goes off. I roll out of bed and I try and get out of bed quick and swung my legs out.
Oh.
And it's lofted to the highest that the half loft, right? And I swing my legs out and I put my legs on the ground and I just collapse on the ground.
They fell asleep, didn't they?
Yeah, both legs dead asleep. Dead. But here's the deal. It wasn't the tingly dead asleep. It was past that where it's you can't feel anything.
Right.
But it was both legs. I literally thought I couldn't walk.
Yeah.
And so I collapsed on the ground and my legs will not move. And I pushed myself. I had a little chair right there. I pushed myself up in the chair and my roommate is looking at me and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Dude, my legs won't move." And he was like, "Do I call the doctor?" And I was like, first of all, who is the doctor?
Yeah.
Second of all, no. We're going to wait and see what happens. And, it wasn't that tingle where you stomp your foot. It was, to the point where I couldn't stomp my foot because my foot wouldn't move.
It's when you wake up and your arms are like that.
Yeah, it is just... It feels like it's 1,000 pounds. So it took 20 minutes for my legs to finally have feeling back.
Oh, my gosh.
And I was like, well, I'm just not going to class now. So I just went back to bed. But there was a split second there. It was probably a good 5 seconds where I was pretty sure I was paralyzed.
That's horrifying.
Yeah.
That's, oh my gosh. I wonder if that's what it feels like to be
paralyzed.
Yeah, a paraplegic.
I don't know, man, but it was terrifying.
I just think it's funny thinking of you jumping down off of this bed and then just collapsing.
Yeah, literally. Well, it wasn't high up, right? It was hip level.
Oh, okay.
But it was enough that I had to swing off and jump out, and it just as soon as because it was where my butt could still kind of be on the bed, but my tiptoes would touch.
Yeah.
So I kind of did that, expecting my feet to catch me, but there was no support underneath me, just flat on the ground, and then just the look of panic on my face, and my roommate looking at me like, "What the heck just happened?"
Yeah.
I don't know. My feet broke.
That's awesome.
Anyways, 52% of people said stubbing your toe is worse, so.
That's wrong.
I don't know what they're about, but
they've just never had a bad enough muscle cramp.
Stubbing your toe hurts.
By the way, you need to eat more bananas, man.
Me?
Yeah, or do some. Why are you cramping so much?
I don't have any cramps since then. That was the only time I ever had that. That was it.
Wait, what? This last week or so?
Mm-hmm.
All right, maybe not. Maybe you're fine.
I just lack of water, dehydrated, and lack of sleep.
Yeah, that'll do it. All right, the next one. This one is
read it.
Burning your tongue.
Oh.
Or biting your tongue or lip.
Oh, easy.
I'd say
biting your lip.
This one's a toss-up between
or your tongue. I think biting your tongue's way worse.
I think the feeling of biting your tongue is worse than the feeling of biting your lip, but I think sometimes the aftermath of biting your lip is way worse. Because have you ever bit your lip and got a canker sore from it?
Yeah, but here's the deal with biting your tongue. If you bite your tongue once, the odds are you're going to bite your tongue again.
True.
And the same exact
And
spot.
the second time it's way worse.
Yeah, it just keeps getting worse. It's just worse and worse and worse. And burning my tongue, first of all, I don't really have that problem because that just means I was impatient. You're not just going around burning your tongue. It's not like you're getting sunburn on your tongue. If you burn your tongue, it's just because you were being impatient.
You're telling me you never burn your tongue on like you eat something because you're like, oh, I thought this was going to be less hot. Like even if it's like French fries or wings or like your coffee, nothing like that.
First of all, my Keurig coffee comes out 2,000 degrees.
Exactly.
Keurig coffee is way too hot. So what I do is I just wait till it's not that hot.
Fair enough.
And for me, when I put it in a travel mug, that means literally by the time I get to work, it's finally drinkable.
Yeah.
I drive an hour to work.
Yeah.
So my coffee at home is for work. Okay. Yeah. 2, no on the wings and stuff. I've never had anything that hot. The only potential is soup for me. Especially a soup that kind of gets like a film layer that you're like, I'm not really sure. And then I just do the But I'm also not opposed to being the person that just right back out on the plate.
No way.
I would 1,000%
spit it out?
If it was going to burn my tongue,
You can't do that with a soup, though.
Could too. Right back in the bowl.
You going to eat it again?
Yeah, why wouldn't I? It's soup that is going into my mouth.
Man, it's just gross. I don't know why.
Why is it gross? It's
not
your saliva.
I understand that.
Right now, you're drinking your own saliva. Think about that.
I agree. I get it. I understand. It's not gross as in terms
you're
of like...
You're going to judge it as
listen.
gross, and you're going to touch boogers of other people and stuff like that, but having soup from your own mouth is gross?
First of all, I only touch the boogers of my wife and myself.
False. I guarantee you would touch Paul's boogers.
I would definitely possibly touch Paul's boogers.
Yep.
But...
Called out on that one, son.
Besides that, not your boogers.
You would lick Israel's booger.
No, I wouldn't lick anybody's booger. That's disgusting.
$1,000.
I might lick. Yeah, of course I'd do it for $1,000.
See?
Would you not? Wait. Would you lick my boogers for $1,000?
Oh heck no.
Really?
Really?
That's ridiculous, man.
I'm not that.
Do you know how many pairs of shoes you could buy with $1,000?
Well,
we literally talked about this on another podcast. I don't remember.
I talked about it. I could buy about 2.
Did we talk about how many chickens you could buy with $1,000? I feel like that's what we talked about.
Yeah. I don't know. We talk about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Back to your point. Back to the soup point. The hot point.
You would not lick. Whose boogers would you lick for $1,000?
No one.
Would you lick your own booger for $1,000?
Maybe.
What about
that'd be the only exception.
Maybe.
I don't need $1,000. I don't need $1,000 that bad.
Listen, every time you bring up mucus, it's boogers.
We gotta stop talking about this. My wife is gonna stop listening to this podcast.
I'm sorry.
She's one of the 4 people that listen. She
I
hates
think
the word boogers.
I think Erica would lick her own boogers for $1,000.
You are totally wrong.
Really?
Yeah. I would bet you one slap to the face that she would not do it.
I'm definitely not going to take that bet because she's your wife.
Even the word boogers makes her go, oh. Right now, she is anger just boiling within her at this conversation.
Hey, you're the last one who said it.
So let's go back to heat.
Heat. Oh, yeah. Okay, what about it?
All I'm saying is it just means you're impatient.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not opposed to just...
Impatient or uninformed. Or you cooked it too long.
Okay, cook it too long. Uninformed. If it is that hot that it's burning you, it is clearly going to be steaming. You are just ignoring the signs and being an impatient human. That's like, I'll be okay. It's a macho man thing.
You give it the blow, you go, then it's fine.
Yeah. You know what I've just thought about? I don't think I've ever really seen a female be the one that is impulsively going.
Hold on. There's no way that's the. Oh wait.
Because it's only dudes that are stupid enough to be like, "Hey, sir, this bowl is steaming hot. The soup's probably good."
No. Listen. There are so many people here on this poll that we did that are female who have had this happen to them. So you're wrong by science.
No, soup. Those women are drinking pumpkin spice lattes.
You have no idea.
Those women are drinking
pumpkin spice lattes. All of them. I guarantee you,
a stereotype if it's true, sir.
I guarantee you, some of these have done it on soup.
No, and they did. It was Panera, and it was in a bread bowl.
Hey, there is nothing wrong with a Panera bread bowl.
Panera sucks.
I said a bread bowl.
Paradise Bakery was 1,000 times better, and we all know it.
That's fair, but I ain't never gonna say no to a bread bowl. Bread bowls are what's up.
What if it was full of poop?
I still eat the bread bowl. I'd eat around the poop.
All right. I still think biting your tongue is worse.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Because it's not like it was impatient. It just happens every once in a while. Your tongue just gets in the way.
Yeah. Well, I think so for me, I have a slight underbite, right? And I have very pointy canines.
Which way is that? This?
Yeah. With your one goes under. Yeah, there you go. And I have very pointy like canines, so occasionally I'll catch like a lip in it, you know?
Like right here?
Right here, yeah.
Ooh, that hurts.
And then if that happens, it'll happen again, and then you bite it again. Oh.
Because the lip gets a little bit bigger.
It does. It gets a little
swells up, and now you just got a target zone.
Yeah. All of my mouth kinesthetics.
Yeah. You know what I feel like I'm most likely to bite my tongue? Which food?
Wait.
Which food I'm eating?
I feel like I know. Gum.
No, Skittles.
That's like gum. Yeah, okay.
Whenever I'm eating like Skittles, and I do like more than one at a time, because you can go a couple.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You cheek a couple.
Taste the rainbow.
Yeah.
Man, I'm almost every time.
Or like Starburst.
Bite the edge of my tongue.
Yeah.
No, not as much as Starburst, because I'm a one Starburst kind of person. So it's very controlled.
I still feel like Starburst.
Multiple Skittles, man, that's when I bite my tongue. Especially sour Skittles.
That's the worst.
I'm doomed because tongue ain't feeling anything. It's all soured out. It's just floating around in there, and all of a sudden, bam, bit my tongue.
It's having a great time.
And then you eat more Skittles, sour in the cut. Now you're just crying.
Yeah, that's awful.
Burning your tongue, who cares?
Well,
if you burn your tongue,
whoa.
Wait, hang on. If you burn your tongue, you're just gonna keep drinking. You can't feel it anyways. It's numb now.
Well, that is true because whenever you do burn your tongue, it's like, well, whatever. Like, I can't taste this food, or I can't drink, or I can't taste this anyway, so it doesn't really matter anymore. But I will say, it still sucks. Like, it's not like it's something that I think it is. I think this like voting is right, where it's like almost half and half, because burning your tongue is the worst. It sucks a lot, but
it's not the worst.
That's not the worst. Biting your lip is worse, but
right,
it's still pretty bad because it'll stay burnt for like a day and a half.
Here's the deal, though. How many people you served coffee? You know, you know this life. How many people are like they just accustom themselves to how hot that drink is?
Oh my god!
And they're numb to the burning now. You can adjust to it. I don't drink super hot drinks because I don't like super hot drinks because it does hurt my mouth. So I wait till it's cooler.
Yeah.
That's why I like iced coffee. I almost every single time. The only time it's not an iced coffee is from my house. Every other time, unless I'm in a bind and the only thing someone has is a Keurig, I'm getting an iced coffee, man.
It's actually, and you're right. I've seen people who will drink the hottest coffee. We literally, when I was working at Dutch, we would double cup drinks.
Because they're so hot.
That people would ask for extra hot. Or if they got like an Americano, because that water comes out at 180 degrees, and people
Fahrenheit?
just sip it. Yeah. People will sip it right away. What, Celsius?
Just clarifying. I'm seeing how hot it was.
Molten lava.
This guy's like, I would like Kelvin, please.
I literally did have somebody ask me to steam it up to 200 degrees once.
It's ridiculous.
An Americano, which comes out at 180 to 200 degrees.
And then they're like, see, I'm telling you, you just can become accustomed to that kind of pain. You don't become accustomed. It's not like your tongue is callousing up from biting it so much. That's just a way worse, man.
Gosh, if you bit your tongue that much, though, that would be crazy.
It would be awful.
It does. The tongue does heal very quickly, though.
The cheek, not always, though. They say it does, but man, sometimes you get, like you said, you get that canker sore. That's a long process.
Yeah.
I think twice in a row, these people are wrong. That's all I gotta say.
Let's see. Yeah, because they said stubbing your toe, and okay. So what's worse, biting your tongue or lip or the cramp?
I don't think we can get to that yet. We got to go to all four first.
You don't think we can we can stack them?
No, we got to go tournament style, man. We got to finish round one still.
All right.
I haven't made a firm decision yet. Ooh, this is a close one.
This one's very close. I haven't voted on this one. You voted on the third one, right?
I don't know. I don't remember what I did. I don't know my life. Wait. Yep, there I did. I voted on it.
You voted on it?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to vote on it too.
Yep, I voted. All right, okay, you voting? Did you do it?
Yep, I voted.
You just did it?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
I voted with the Oddcast.
Yeah. That's lame.
You think stepping on a Lego?
Oh my God.
Okay, wait. Let's introduce this one. It's stepping on a Lego versus hitting your funny bone.
Stepping on a Lego is 1,000 times worse.
I don't think so.
You haven't stepped on enough Legos.
Maybe.
Did you have Legos as a kid?
Yeah.
Like a lot?
Yeah.
And you step on them ever?
Yeah.
Bro, that is literally like Home Alone self-defense. You're throwing Legos out all over the ground. That's like landmines.
I don't know.
Those are non-lethal landmines. That's what a Lego is on the ground.
I get it. I get that they're painful, and I agree they're painful. But if you've ever hit your funny bone like so hard where it feels like your entire arm is on fire, I think that's way worse. I feel like that's like a cramp mixed with it being asleep.
I think you hit your funny bone weird, man. I hit my funny bone to the point where I could not move my arm, and I never once felt like it was on fire. What were you doing when you hit it that it was on fire?
It was mostly just like I was trying to turn around really fast, and then I just hit my chair or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I've had it happen multiple
man.
times.
That sounds scary.
I don't know how that's
Why
not
is your
happening.
arm on fire?
That's it. Let's ask Paul. Paul, have you ever hit your funny bone and it feels like so tingly that it's like burning?
Never burning, like a stabbing.
Stabbing, yeah, not a burning.
Stabbing?
Yeah, like a stab pain right where you got hit, and it kind of radiates down.
Yeah. Oh, mine feels like hot.
You gotta check your nerves.
See, I'm telling you, there's something wrong with your nerves, bro.
Maybe.
Why are you so hot?
Hey, listen. I've heard at least one other person who has that same thing happen. So maybe both of us.
Let me say this. Is hitting your funny bone uncomfortable? Yes. But the typical reaction I see when someone hits their funny bone, and it's funny bone for a reason because people giggle, is they do this. And they shake their arm out. When you step on a Lego, the instinctive reaction of 92% of the population is to say an inappropriate word and start hopping around the room like you just stepped on a cactus. That's what happens. Based off the initial reaction, I'm going Legos worse. Now, that's because also, except for the one time I had the nerve impingement in my arm from hitting my arm so hard and I couldn't move it. Other than that, hitting my funny bone has not been that bad. But I'll also admit it could be because I have been like desensitized because I did hit my funny bone so bad to the point where I couldn't feel or move my arm. So a normal just nothing. Doesn't even hurt.
Did you actually just hit your funny bone there, or was that just your elbow?
It hurt a little.
All right, nice. I agree that, and I agree with your assessment of what it typically looks like when somebody hits their funny bone versus when they step on a Lego or whatnot. I've just never felt like stepping on a Lego is that bad. It's never hurt me that bad.
Okay,
I get that there's a sharp pain,
and we're gonna lay them out in a 10-foot line, and you're just gonna walk across them. And then Paul's gonna punch you in your funny bone, and we'll see which one hurts first. We'll do it for TikTok.
You can't let Paul punch me on the funny bone. He will break my elbow.
I'll punch you in the funny bone.
What if I just smack it against the wall?
Okay, but it's gotta be hard.
I don't want to do it. How about you do it too?
Fine, I'll do it.
Okay. You're gonna walk on the Legos and everything?
Yeah, the Legos don't hurt. No, I don't want to walk on the Legos. I think it was the Dude Perfect guys did this.
Yeah, they were longest walking on Legos.
Yeah, and they were like bleeding out of their feet.
Yeah.
You hit your funny bone. There's no blood, man.
Hey, sometimes blood doesn't necessarily mean it's the most painful thing, though.
It means it takes longer to heal.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I think, 51%, 52% of people said the funny bone, and I don't understand. I hit my funny bone real bad in basketball a lot. Got a lot of elbow problems. This thing clicks like a something that clicks a lot.
A clicker.
But I'd still take that over the Legos. Yeah, so
no, man, I'm with the people on this one. I think hitting your funny bone is worse.
Paul, where would you go?
Stepping on a Lego.
Legos for sure.
Legos are worse?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Paul's tiebreaker. We can say stepping on Legos.
We're like 50%. It's a close one.
It honestly, all these were really close.
Yeah.
They were all really fair matches. Also, you have a hair on your hat.
That's fine.
And I need
I'm
to
saving
get
it there for later. I can't even read these, man.
You
Which is worse? An incomplete sneeze or an arm leg that's asleep? We all know where I'm going. I thought my legs had died. I thought I was never walking again.
Okay, you're
gonna tell me that's worse than an incomplete sneeze?
Here's a question for you.
Just look at the sun. Yeah,
that's true, actually. Yeah, or any light, really. Is the pain of your arms and or arm or leg being asleep worse when it's fully asleep or when it's just now starting to get blood back? I think that's the worst part.
Yeah, when it's starting to get blood back. Well, when I was dead weight, no leg having person,
right.
There was no pain. I couldn't feel them. There was no legs left. The process for 15 minutes of those things waking back up, catching up with the rest of my body, was like ants.
Awful.
Ants were crawling all over me, biting me. It was awful. That is 1,000 times worse. There is no pain or really negative feeling with an incomplete sneeze for me. It happens all the time.
I still hate that feeling. My eyes get all watery. I look like a little baby.
I mean, you always kind of look like a little baby.
I think I look like a big baby.
Oh, big baby. Tall baby.
There you go, yeah. Lanky baby. Still same size torso and head. Just the arms are longer. Yeah.
No, I mean, I was a person that growing up, and I fight against this now. This is like a legit thing. Growing up, I always held my sneezes in.
What?
Don't know why. Just always did. It's too much.
Wait, when you say you held your sneezes in, was
like,
that like a
I did the thing?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
I did it all the time growing up.
I'm pretty sure you're lucky that your brains haven't exited your ears.
Exactly. And I stopped doing that now. I just let the sneeze out. Now Erica says I have a dad sneeze, which is fine.
Is that like really one of those loud ones?
Yeah, it's really loud.
Yes.
'Cause now I let it out because I'm trying to go the other way, not blow my brain out my ears.
Try not to be sneeze shamed.
But even when I have one that I like kind of hold in and it's kind of incomplete, it doesn't bug me.
No, it's not when you're trying to hold it in. It's when you're so ready to welcome the sneeze into the world.
I know.
And then it decides not. It was just like, I'm going to stay.
Yeah, I know.
That's the worst. My nose is like, oh, it's so tingly. I hate it. It's like, I think the worst, somebody pulled a nose hair out of my nose.
I think the worst is when you get like a little bit, where you get that, and it just starts, and that's an incomplete sneeze to me. What you're talking about, you're still pre-sneeze, man. You're not incomplete. You're still just waiting on a sneeze.
No, I think that's worse.
I don't think that's incomplete. You haven't started. You haven't sneezed yet.
That's what I would call an incomplete sneeze.
No, man, that's a sneeze still in process.
A Bruin sneeze?
Because then what you just got to do is you just got to go stare at lights and just open your eyes as big as you can. Boom, sneezing.
So, were you telling me you've had like a half sneeze?
Yeah. You haven't? Where it starts to come in, you're just like, and it doesn't actually come out all the way? I've had that.
No, I've never had that. Whenever I sneeze, it's like a full sneeze. But if the sneeze just doesn't come out, that's the worst.
But that's not an incomplete sneeze. You haven't started sneezing.
But I think that's what people understand.
You're pre-sneeze.
Regardless, that's what people understand by this.
No, man. That's what you assume they understand.
No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that is what I assume they understand. But I can pretty much guarantee you that.
What do you think?
I actually agree with Alex.
Pre-sneeze. Pre-sneeze.
Well, you're wrong. We said he was the tiebreaker.
I didn't say that. Just ask Paul his opinion. Also, that light is broken.
Well, it's not broken. We just need to Velcro it.
Anyways, either way, that's not as bad as your arm or legs falling.
Oh, no, not even close. No,
right?
It sucks, but it's not nearly as bad.
Have you ever wanted to tourniquet your arm to the point where it's just real sleep, because there's like no blood flow, and then just smack someone as hard as you can with it?
No.
You ever want to try that? Just ask it.
Not before right now.
But now you're thinking about it. Do you want to try it? Yeah, like you just limp noodle arm smack someone. Like, come on. Especially you turning it up high and you just got a whole dead arm, and then you're just gonna stand there and I'm just gonna whip that boy around, and then you do it back to me and we'll see what happens.
You'd have to do a full momentum slap.
Exactly.
I don't think it would actually be that bad unless you could get like a full 360 whirlwind thing kind of going on.
But if you could get that whole whip around right at the right time, you get that snap in there, man, they knock someone out.
There's a scene like that in Horton Hears a Who where the dad gets like some sort of dentist, I don't know, some anesthesia in it. Anastasia. And then and then he runs out through the room and he slaps his son in the face on accident. It's great.
Exactly. That is exactly what I was talking about.
You'd like to slap your son in the face?
No, I don't have a son.
But me.
Yeah, I would slap you and you'd slap me. And then both of us would have dead arms and we'd slap Paul at the same time.
And then we would handshake. We'd try to handshake.
Hey. How's it going?
We try to get a high five, a momentum high five. That sounds fun. We could make a YouTube video out of that.
We could. We talk about doing that stuff a lot, and then we don't ever do it.
How long would that take? I don't know.
5 years. Okay. So, we've determined muscle cramp, biting your tongue,
stepping on a leg,
hitting your funny bone. No, we got to go with the people on that one. Because you were.
We were going with the people?
Well, we were split on that one.
I thought we were going with Paul. But I guess the people do kind of.
Yeah. And then, we don't care what Paul says. He's just there to take stats for us.
I care what Paul says.
Paul, we care what you say. But we're not going with you on this one. And then the falling asleep arm and leg.
Falling asleep arm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of those 4, what's your top 2 pains? Or top 2 worst things? Cramp, biting your tongue, not stepping on Lego, funny bone, or arm asleep?
I got to say, cramp is definitely one of them. Cramp is probably the worst one for me of those. And I don't know if I can say biting your lip or tongue, because I think the initial pain there is not that bad, but it's when you get like a sore in your mouth because of it that it ruins your day for like the next 8 days.
No, man, I don't need the sore, because like
really?
I'm a person that need like salty stuff. I like sour stuff. I like spicy stuff.
Yeah.
All that stuff, you bite your tongue hard and it's open. Oof.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a bad day.
I say the initial pain is not that bad, but
you said a sore.
Yeah. Well, like with the wound that it creates in your mouth whenever you like are eating or going throughout your day. That's what makes that so bad. It's like the initial pain is not as bad. I mean, it's not good.
It's still bad.
It's bad, yeah. But
if you chew real hard, you a hard chewer. Or you kind of a soft guy.
Depends what I'm eating. You know, if I'm like eating ice cream, that's a hard chew.
You're
for
gonna
sure.
chew for that.
Chew hard.
You're an animal. You chew your ice cream in real life. Do you actually chew your ice cream?
No.
People do that, man.
That's ridiculous.
Do you let it touch your teeth?
No.
Do you? Okay.
Well, no.
Let's say you get a.
How do I not let it touch my teeth though? What's going on in my mouth when that happens?
No. You know what I mean? Like. You
know. Am I holding it with my tongue?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you're a magician. What's the cones that have like the nuts and the chocolate?
Drumsticks.
Drumstick, yeah. Like when people bite into those, that's psychotic, man.
I will say I give it like a cautious pre-bite, you know? To where like I gotta break that chocolate.
Oh yeah, you break the chocolate. But you know what I'm talking about? People that just bite right into the ice cream.
Oh god.
If you bite into ice cream like that, you probably don't feel pain.
Yeah, probably.
You're like next tier. I wouldn't fight you. Like that is a move of dominance. If there is a person like me and you were in a stare off, and all of a sudden you just sat there and bite straight into a drumstick ice cream.
Yeah.
At the top, like before you even get to the cone, I'm not gonna fight you no more.
Yeah, I'm
running away.
I think the strategy there is you bite a little bit just to perforate the outside.
Yeah.
And then you lip the rest of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or
same with like an ice cream sandwich.
Yep. Yeah.
You know?
You gotta be very cautious how much you bite.
Yeah.
Because it hurts your teeth.
Yeah.
Exactly. I agree. Look at us.
Way to go.
You know who else would agree?
Who?
Paul Walker.
Yeah.
But he's dead, so he can't. But Fast and Furious is a great show.
Come out every time. Why are you doing
Because I said
this?
I was going to bring it up every episode.
Oh, no.
Paul and I were talking about it earlier. We're going to watch through all of them together.
Okay.
You want to be a part of family?
Why did you say family like that?
Because that's what I said.
It's like you said it with
you
two
don't know.
F's
You haven't
for
seen
Fast
it.
and Furious.
Family.
He said family.
We're talking about family.
Family.
Yeah, I know. There's a reason I say it. You haven't seen it. You going to watch with us? You going to be a part of our family?
I might. It depends when you watch it.
Ridiculous. He doesn't want to watch the best movies of all time. All right. So, what is your worst pain out of those 4?
I'm gonna say cramping's my worst one of those.
Okay. Where's the worst place to cramp?
Your leg.
Which part of your leg, man?
Your
Leg.
quadriceps.
You have a lot of leg.
That's true.
Quads.
No, calf. Calf cramp I think might be worse because then your toes get all like, you know, they look like a withered hand. That's what they look like. You know what I'm talking about. They all go in different directions.
I really don't. I've had calf cramps and never once have my toes gone in different directions.
Your toes have never gone like this?
My toes curl or they are straight. I don't have the ability to move my toes in different directions like my fingers. Man. Do you? Oh, that's insensitive. We're not going to ask Paul. Do you have that? Your toes go in different directions.
I mean, my big toe will definitely go, and the other toes will go down. Oh.
Okay, so that's two directions. You said with her hand, and your hand was like this, bro. Like you were like you had 5 toes going in 5 different directions. Is that what your toes can do?
Northeast, southwest,
if
and
you
up.
can, we gotta do something about that. That's crazy. That's a TikTok video right there.
Sure, let's give me a calf cramp. That'll be great. I'm gonna eat no bananas. Not gonna drink any water.
And we're just gonna make you pedal on a bike
exactly
for hours
and do calf raises.
Oh, there you go.
Oh gosh, that'd be the worst. But I'd say calf or quad cramp is the worst pain there.
Yeah, quads are awful. After my last experience, quad is the worst.
Yeah.
Calf, you can still kind of limp your way around places afterwards. You know?
Sure.
It's still tight.
Sure.
Quad is a lot harder to limp around places, man. Every time you straighten that bad boy out, you try and stand like a normal person. Because you try and take the weight off.
Yeah.
If you're cramping both sides, you're donezo. You're just sitting forever. That's what happened.
It's pretty rough.
It was not fun.
Yeah.
Not fun at all.
You need
To the
a
point that I
wheelchair
thought I
those
was going
days.
to throw up from so much cramping.
Wow.
Yeah, but I had no water in me, so there was no way it was going to come up.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah, but good hydration. Kids and non-kids, drink more water. Okay? Just a PSA.
To like all of humanity.
Yeah, you need to drink more water.
Because at some point you're either a kid or a non-kid.
That's true. Or is it? All I have to say is if you're listening, drink more water. Go pause right now and go get a glass of water.
You don't have to pause. You could probably just listen while you pour yourself a glass of water.
Pause. I pause. You pause. See? Alex has don't drink your water out of Paul's drinking a cup of water. Don't drink your water out of a mug.
This is a
Alex
PSA to say drink your water out of a mug.
It freaks us out every time. Then he leaves his mug out, and we don't know if it's clean or not.
How is this weird? This is what every talk show host does. They all have a mug and they all drink water out of it.
Alex, you do it just on any day that you're at my house.
That's because
we're not on a talk show.
I'm a talk show host. All right?
You're not a talk show host.
I am always a talk show host.
You are not.
I always have guests.
At my house, you have guests.
You're my guest. Welcome. That's why I intro.
I don't think you'd be the talk show host. I think you're more like the comedic guy on the side.
Like the Andy, whatever his name is, from Conan.
No, I don't know who that is. I know that like the Steve guy, Higgins guy for Fallon. You're that guy that stands off to the side, but just makes the great quips.
Though he does have great quips.
That's you.
I don't think that's me.
I think it's you.
I don't think I have good one-liners. But
you just have the things that just add to the conversation.
Thank you. I'll take it. That's fine.
I think we need to find a guy that's like more like Jimmy Fallon and add him to the podcast. It'll be the 3 odd dudes.
We could get Jimmy Fallon.
We could get Jimmy Fallon. Yeah. That'd be good.
Yeah.
I wonder what he's up to. Paul?
Yeah.
Google search Jimmy Fallon's phone number.
No. Just Google search, what is Jimmy Fallon up to right now?
I actually already have his number.
Just call him up.
Yeah, just send him a text.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I agree with you. I think on an everyday basis, man, muscle cramps, just
of all the 4.
Worst. Yeah. Of all of what we talked about. But I still would take it over. I would rather have a muscle cramp than breaking a bone.
Oh, what? Yeah.
Breaking a bone,
of course,
that some people, when you break a bone, it's not that bad. You just reset it right away, and you got a little rehab. It was fine. When I broke my foot, it was like fire ants attacked everything from my calf down.
Oh, you're talking about initial pain. You're not talking about like
ongoing initial
problem.
pain.
Oh, okay.
Initial pain. Because some people they break it and it's like, they broke this, and it's like, bah, and then they're good, and like that's incredible.
That is incredible.
I broke my foot on the growth plate, which made it heal quicker, but it caused a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And it was not fun.
I've never broken a bone.
What?
Yeah, what's up?
You're so strong.
No, I'm made of rubber. No bones to break.
You're all rubber.
Yeah.
Just hit by a car, just bounces off of it.
They say that when you drink a lot of milk as a kid, you get strong bones. It's wrong. They just turn into cottage cheese.
Did you drink a lot of milk as a kid?
No, but I ate a lot of cottage cheese.
Paul, have you broken a bone?
No.
What?
What?
Paul hasn't broken a bone.
He's probably not even a real black belt.
Not even
He
somebody
probably
else's.
just bought that on Amazon.
Oh, I've broken other people's bones.
How many bones of other people have you broken?
3.
3 bones, or 3 times that you've broken other people's bones?
3 people's bones.
So it could be multiple bones per breakage.
Could be. I broke a kid's hand in basketball. I felt it. It was the most disgusting feeling in the entire world.
So between you and me, you haven't broken more bones than Paul has.
Well, no, because you've got 0.
I've got 0. You've got 2. One of your own.
Yeah.
2 of one of another.
Yeah.
Person.
But I broke multiple bones in this kid's hand.
Oh gosh. What did it feel like to feel?
Okay, so he was like going up for a layup, right? And he was going off.
Yeah.
Left foot, right hand. He was going underhand, and his right leg was up, right? So he was kind of protecting, and I came across this way and hit the ball as it was kind of leaving his hand, and I pushed it back down onto his hand like this, and it went ball into his hand, and his hand went into his leg.
Oh.
And I hit hard.
Yeah.
Clean block, just so we're clear. No foul called on me. Just want to make sure that's out there. But it hit, and I heard the pop, and I felt it in the basketball because he broke multiple bones in his hand. Because it was like literally his hand looked like it tacoed. It
gross.
Was like this, but
like my foot when I get a calf cramp.
Yeah. But no, but it these bones you could tell were just like kind of like not existent anymore.
Oh, gross.
And like this part was like, bleh.
That's disgusting.
It kind of looked like his hand split into 2 different hands.
Yeah. Oh.
Like these fingers and these fingers, like these ones and these ones were attached, and they still functioned, but they were not functioning together.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Sounds gross, but I kind of want to see it.
It was gross. I felt really bad, but also, I mean, not a foul, so it didn't feel too bad.
Guess a game on, man.
And we still won the game.
Yeah.
I remember that game because I was like, because then you feel kind of bad. You're like, should we
lose?
back off a little? Like, we kind of hurt that kid. But no. I also was at a game where I saw a girl break her leg. It was not playing.
Like pop out of the skin? Break her leg?
No, it didn't pop out, but it was clearly broken. And it was just like blood curdling scream until the ambulance got there. And that was the most terrifying thing I've ever experienced. Like not actually being a part, but just being there because no one knows what to do. Because you just have someone that has a broken leg and you can't do anything.
Yeah, right.
So there's people like sitting around her. She's screaming and you're just waiting for an ambulance. And you're like,
yeah,
what do you do? What do you do with your hands in that situation?
Do you leave, or is that disrespectful?
Is it rude to go on your phone? Yeah. But is it rude to look? Is it rude to not look? Yeah, like what? I don't even know where to look.
That is an awkward. I've never considered that. I think if it's a professional sports game, it's different because everybody goes ooh, and then as they get up off the field, they typically have somebody there. To, like,
in kids sports, everyone just takes a knee, which is also weird. Because like, what if they're there for like this girl? It was an ambulance. It was like 20 minutes till the ambulance got there. It was a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
You just kneeling for 20 minutes?
Were they?
No. No, eventually they sent everybody back away.
Yeah,
go elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't move her. Anyways, I don't know how we got here, but pain is not fun.
No.
But leg cramps.
Also not fun.
Not fun.
Yeah.
But preventable for the most part.
Right.
If you drink more water.
Yep.
And Liquid IV. Get those. I would love to be sponsored by Liquid IV. Liquid IV, if you're listening, you should sponsor us. Or me.
Also,
he has never had one.
Bananas.
We'll get him.
Bananas.
You want to be sponsored by bananas?
Yeah, I'd love to be sponsored by bananas. Are like one of the biggest markets in all of food industry.
One of the biggest what?
Markets.
Mm-hmm. Or they said markers.
Sure.
That's markets. Wait, are you sure?
Yeah, bananas are sold everywhere. Think about it. Sprouts, Safeway, Fry's, even Walmart. I bet you Winco has bananas.
It's not everywhere. That's grocery.
I bet you the Asian market has bananas.
Grocery store.
What about Jamba Juice? Bananas.
Bananas.
I'm just saying, bananas everywhere, man.
All right, fair enough. Valid point. I guess I won't argue with that one.
Yeah.
What words of wisdom do you have for these wonderful people?
Buy bananas. Not a sponsor.
What kind?
apple bananas. These are real things. Hold on. I have to say, they're popular. They're popular in the Philippines, and I think also Haiti. And they are like tiny little bananas. They're like maybe like this big. You can't tell if you're listening, but they're like this big. And they taste like apples mixed with bananas. They're really good.
How do you know? You've been to the Philippines?
No, but you can buy them at the Asian market.
Sounds like grapples.
Yeah, grapples.
Those were good. Grape apples?
Yeah, they're apples that just taste like a grape. They don't taste like an apple. They literally just taste like grape. Man, you want your mind to be kind of freaked out?
Yes.
Do that. Because if you close your eyes, you'd be like, I'm biting an apple. Apple skin feels just like normal, but it smells. The moment you open the little case, smells like a grape.
I want to try that. That sounds awesome.
It's pretty good.
Let's get grapples.
They're expensive though.
And then we'll get apple bananas. What's another fusion fruit like that?
Hang on. Before we go into that, your wisdom was buy bananas.
Yeah.
For cramping or just for general?
For both. For cramping and so that they sponsor us.
So 2 types of bananas.
Sure, yeah.
Because I don't think apple bananas have the same potassium rate as a normal banana, I would assume.
Potassium rate?
Because they're pretty small.
Yeah, they're small.
I mean like the ratio.
Ratio's probably similar. But, I mean, amount that you're getting per banana is definitely different.
You know what we should invent? Protein bananas. They got protein cookies. They got protein shakes. We should find a chemist.
Yeah, who can genetically modify bananas.
GMO engineer.
Yeah.
To genetically modify a banana that's just packed full of protein powder.
I got it. We're going to call it a bronana.
Bronana. Oh, that's great. All right. Well, we've solved so many problems today.
We have.
Wait. You know what else we should do?
What?
We should
patent the name Bronana.
Yeah, we should. And then
I don't think you could patent.
And then we're gonna go back to last week's episode of you just keep going ooh 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 ooh. There's our slogan. It's just you holding
Bronana.
Buy Bronana today. Ooh 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 ooh.
That's great. I love that. Yeah.
This is good marketing.
Yeah.
It's great. I don't get a marketing.
I'm gonna come up with a logo soon. It's gonna be really good.
Bronana.
We're gonna sell merch.
Oh my goodness. Well, we are coming up on the cold weathers. Well, cold. We live in Arizona, so we live in Phoenix, Arizona. It's
70 degrees outside, and I'm gonna wear boots and a jacket.
Yeah. So be on the lookout. We might be throwing some things up on Insta, seeing what people are interested in, some new sweatshirt merch and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. We had our sweatshirts last year, but it's been we didn't sell those out to the public because sweatshirts are expensive. So we want to make sure that the market's there before we drop a bunch of money. Because I love hoodies. I wear a hoodie all the time. I won't, but I would.
Yeah.
Because if you wear a hoodie here in the middle of summer, you'll die. I'm pretty convinced of that.
That's true.
If you actually wear the hoodie too.
That's true. I did that last summer.
And you died? Mm-hmm. But then they saved you with Bronana.
Bronana
brought him back to life. And Liquid IV.
Both of them did.
When he was in the hospital, you know what he did? He watched Fast and Furious.
Oh, yeah.
And
I was going to say 8 bananas.
All he focused on was family. All right. You have anything else you would like to give to these wonderful people?
No.
Nothing else?
No, I got nothing. I'll save it for next week. I got something really good for next week, though.
Next week. Be on the lookout for episode number 50. What is this? 47?
46. 47.
47-ish. Be on the lookout for episode 50. We are going to do another Ask Us Anything. And as we do it, Alex is going to continue to eat spicy food.
You're also going to eat spicy food.
Yeah, I'm also going to eat spicy food again.
And Paul's going to eat spicy food.
Paul's not. We're not going to do that to him.
That's true. Paul's going to moderate.
He's probably going to get sucked into doing it eventually because we're going to just ridicule him until he feels bad. But we're not going to tell him he has to do it. But we are going to publicly shame him on the podcast.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't do it, he doesn't love you guys that much. But if he does, he loves you.
That seems like a good idea to me.
Seem fair enough?
Yeah.
All right. So be on the lookout for episode 50. You can start sending us DMs of different questions you want to ask. Ask away. We'd love to hear it. But we'll post more on the Instagram as we get closer. Yeah. Thanks for listening. And remember, stay out.
This episode brought to you by Bronanas.